Lewis Hamilton has just delivered a bombshell that has rocked the Ferrari establishment to its core. A maneuver so daring, so unforeseen, that it has left not only Fred Vasseur reeling, but Charles Leclerc genuinely bewildered after weeks of frustrating setbacks and watching the championship drift increasingly out of reach. Hamilton has accomplished something no Ferrari pilot has attempted mid-season. He has demanded the team abandon ship to cease battling a hopeless cause with the current formula. One machine, and instead channel all energy and resources toward Ferrari's ultimate salvation. The 2026 initiative, this represents no gentle suggestion. Hamilton has declared this stance openly, and that act transmits an unmistakable signal that he has lost complete faith in the current car's ability to be salvaged. That despite every upgrade, Ferrari's present vehicle remains irreparably broken, and the most staggering aspect involves the timing. We have not reached the season finale. We are approaching the summer phase with critical competitions, including Canada, Silverstone, and Spa, still awaiting yet Hamilton. The seven-time world champion, who was intended to spearhead Ferrari's comeback, is already contemplating tomorrow, already pressuring the organization to abandon 2025 entirely. This action threatens to shatter the delicate equilibrium within Ferrari. It forces Vasseur into a corner, requiring a choice that will cement his leadership legacy. It destroys hope that the current machine might be rescued. It generates massive uncertainty regarding team cohesion, developmental strategy, and internal hierarchy. Because whenever a competitor of Hamilton's caliber voices such direct concerns, it transcends commentary. It becomes a manifesto for transformation and an indication that Maranello faces an imminent explosion. So before we examine this momentous choice, how it will reshape Ferrari's complete engineering philosophy and why it has created tremors throughout the paddock, ensure you activate that like function, subscribe to our content, and remain with us until the conclusion. Because this extends beyond a single campaign. This might fundamentally alter Ferrari and Formula One permanently. The foundation of this choice extends deeper than one disappointing weekend since arriving at Ferrari. Hamilton has endured technical contradictions, communication breakdowns at trackside, and a vehicle that refuses to accommodate his driving approach. The current car was supposed to represent Ferrari's breakthrough, a machine engineered to rival the mechanical grip and aerodynamic performance of Red Bull and McLaren. Instead, it has demonstrated instability, unpredictability, and restricted developmental capacity. From the opening contests of 2025, danger signals appeared constantly in Australia. Hamilton's speed disappeared during vital periods in China. Regulatory complications resulted in devastating elimination in Spain. A Sauber overtook him, and at Monaco communication failures led to penalties and elimination. These incidents represent manifestations of fundamental defects in Ferrari's existing automobile, and Hamilton recognizes this reality now, with Ferrari lagging McLaren by approximately 200 points in the manufacturer's championship. The statistics speak volumes. Leclerc has captured every Ferrari rostrum finish. Hamilton remains trapped in sixth position, 23 points removed from meaningful competition. The current machine has transformed from asset to liability, and Hamilton, the individual recruited to transform Ferrari into championship contenders, has exhausted his patience. Therefore, he advocates for complete restart toward 2026 and Initiative 678. The automobile developed according to groundbreaking regulations that will revolutionize motorsport dynamic aerodynamics, 50% electrical integration, and renewable energy sources, a fresh formula. One epoch requiring total commitment, and Hamilton seeks more than participation. He desires Ferrari to construct that destiny around his leadership. What renders this earth-shaking involves Ferrari's previous resistance to such redirection. Fred Vasseur had maintained that the current car retained refinement potential, that modifications could unleash the machine's genuine capability. But Hamilton's public declaration has disrupted those plans, because when your premier driver, your £50 million asset declares, "We must progress," the atmosphere becomes tense. Persisting with 2025 ceases being technical consideration. It becomes political calculation. Then we have Leclerc, who despite reservations had preserved confidence in the team's improvement strategy. He designated Barcelona as pivotal. He preferred waiting for subsequent upgrades. But Hamilton's initiative compels immediate resolution. Will Ferrari now divide attention, improving the current car while developing the 2026 platform, or embrace Hamilton's vision behind closed meetings? The consequences are materializing, according to Maranello. Insiders' wind tunnel allocation is transferring toward Initiative 678. The rear suspension enhancement may become the final significant modification to the existing machine. Hamilton has begun reducing illumination, and everyone within Ferrari understands the implications, because this transcends Hamilton's self-preservation. This represents calculated maneuvering, a proclamation that Ferrari's 2026 victory requires foundation building today. It communicates, provide the machine I merit or observe me, compete with disadvantages and timing, proves essential with revolutionary regulations approaching Mercedes, Red Bull, Honda, Porsche, Audi. All organizations are constructing their 2026 powertrains. If Ferrari delays, they risk falling behind. Hamilton's choice could constitute the factor ensuring Ferrari's relevance when the new generation launches, but consequences exist. Abandoning 2025 means acknowledging defeat publicly. It permits McLaren's midfield dominance. It ensures remaining months will see Hamilton and Leclerc competing not for victories, but for information, for preparation, for hope that future developments will provide the championship both drivers desperately want. Therefore, this transcends routine strategic adjustment. It constitutes gambling a maximum. Risk wager that Ferrari's upcoming venture initiative 678 will prove transformational, and Hamilton, utilizing his experience and competitive wisdom, is compelling them to make this commitment now, and perhaps this represents the guidance Ferrari has awaited. So the inquiry shifts from whether Ferrari will redirect focus to what follows. Will Hamilton's audacious demand catalyze the transformation this organization requires, or will it damage the stability within Maranello, creating pressure on a collaboration already navigating treacherous territory? Because this marks a defining moment in Ferrari's contemporary timeline, not simply a pivot during one frustrating season, but a boundary establishing how the team addresses pressure, expectations, and circumstances. Do they maintain a defective approach, hoping for miracles, or heed the most accomplished driver in Formula One heritage and construct tomorrow around his expertise? If Hamilton's decision compels Ferrari toward complete 2026 commitment toward aggressive innovation, it might be remembered as the moment this program achieved salvation. But if it triggers uncertainty or fragmentation, it might collapse more rapidly than anticipated. Charles Leclerc has indicated they remain unprepared to surrender 2025, but Hamilton contemplates the future, and this philosophical difference may determine Ferrari's legacy's next chapter. Share your perspectives in the comments. Is Lewis Hamilton making the correct decision, or is season abandonment premature? And if you appreciated this analysis of Ferrari's internal conflict, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you will not miss developments in this evolving narrative, because one certainty remains: if this risk succeeds, it will transform more than Hamilton's prospects.